kids, boys and girls. How is everybody today?
Good. Hi, kids. It's good to see you all here this morning.
Bonjour, ma délice.
It's Palm Sunday, and I am so excited.
Hey, how come you both sound kind of French this morning? What gives?
I have a cold.
A cold? But why does getting sick make you sound French?
It's because the French Canadians tend to speak through their noses.
Why?
I think it has something to do with French cooking. There's a lot of onions and garlic.
Well, maybe we should get on with it. It is Palm Sunday after all, and whether you say it through your nose, or if you blow it through a hose, we're all supposed to be shouting Hosanna and tooting horns in just a minute to celebrate Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. So, Barnabas, do you have the palms all ready?
No, they were too expensive this year, so I didn't order any.
Oh, you did not want to have to pay through the nose for them?
Okay, enough about noses already.
But what are we going to do if we don't have palms?
I was wondering if maybe we could just wave some of your quills instead, Pierre.
Well, sacre bleu! I would never have thought of that. I do have more than I need, yeah.
But waving a sharp-pointed natural defense mechanism, it somehow doesn't seem quite as celebratory as waving a palm branch.
Ow! Watch me waving that thing. You nearly put my eye out.
Maybe this wasn't such a great idea.
How? Unless your idea of celebrating Palm Sunday includes putty piercing.
Say, I have a better idea. Instead of waving my porcupine spines all around in a very bad reenactment of what happened on Palm Sunday, let's tell the story of Jesus instead, as the kids was just singing about it.
Tell the story. Now, why didn't I think of that?
So, Barnabas, what exactly did happen on Palm Sunday?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It was like this, kids. Jesus had been with his disciples a long time, teaching them, telling them the stories about God's love and God's kingdom, and finally, his ministry on earth was coming to a close. And to fulfill the biblical prophecies, to help the world see and understand that he was the Messiah, the Christ, God's Son, on one bright sunny day, he came riding into Jerusalem on a donkey, just as the prophets had said he would. And the whole town had heard he was coming, and they lined the streets waiting expectantly, excited, waiting for the Messiah to appear. And suddenly, someone shouted, looking far down the road, "There he is! I see him!" And he was way off in the distance, just a little white shining dot. And everyone turned to look, and they couldn't take their eyes off him. Suddenly, it was as if that dot had become the center of the whole universe. And they held their breath, and they waited. And as Jesus came closer and closer, getting bigger and bigger, soon the dot wasn't a dot. It was Jesus, and they could see him, and he was smiling. And suddenly they all broke out into a loud shout, from silence into tumult in one instant. Wow! It was a roar of celebration and hope. Wow! It came unbidden from everyone in every direction. And finally, out of the noisy chaos of their cheers, emerged the words that we read in the Bible, that we know they shouted, "Hosanna! Hosanna! Lord, save us! Blessed is he!" And they threw down their cloaks and they tore down palm branches, and they waved them, and they tossed them down, and the air was full of noise and nature, and everywhere, and there in the center of it all was Jesus. And then, there in the midst of that hubbub, they could see that his lips were moving too, that he was just starting to tell another story. And this one was to be the greatest one yet. The one about the coming day when everything would change. You think this is exciting, he said. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey, look, this puppet show has gone on so long that these palm branches must have had time to grow while we were up here. And I say it's time not to just talk about it, the Palm Sunday celebration, but to have one. Come on, kids, grab a palm, and let's see if we can raise the roof.
Okay, everybody stand up, grab a palm, and shout these words with us as loud as you can. You listen, and then you start to join in.